Hello environmentalists. Today we will be discussing about new rules which Indian government has announced regarding the solid waste management rules 2026. Last 10 years back in 2016 the rules were came and now they have revised them, and let's see what changes they have did. Then why changing in rules within the 10-year span is important? Because of the main reason is urbanization. Because urbanization has led to the massive landfills. Literally, the landfills over in Mumbai at least are getting closed. You can take the example of, I don't remember the name. It's in Mumbai from D, but yeah. Anyways, especially now in the landfill which we are where waste used to be get processed in Kalyan, it also have been closed. Why? Obviously exceeding landfill capacity, because today landfills are not meeting the demands of the audience, especially in India. Especially the income and the disposable income is increasing, leading to more expenses, leading to more waste generation. And people, I would say, out of 10,000 people or 25,000 people, only one person would be living uh, zero waste lifestyle. It's too hard. Genuinely, it's really, really hard. I agree. Even I don't live a zero waste lifestyle, but I'm trying to live that. But yeah, the next rule says well on receiving mixed waste in quantities. Like, people here can't just understand how to keep waste. Whenever I see people have kept like really really oily stuff in their dry waste, or they whatever they have ate and ordering delivery by those things without washing, also they are in the dry waste. Like, you can see the half of gravy which should be gone in the wet waste, that gravy part, it's still in the, which is utterly wrong. And the third reason why these new revised rules have came, because there is no data collection, like how much actually we are generating. There is no anything such as accountability or accuracy, what is happening and how can we control it. So yeah, why these rules matter to us? Because from management to the circularity, it plays a huge role. Especially Blame C is implementing stricter waste management accountability measures to reduce landfill dependency and promote environment sustainability. To updated regulations to represent a fundamental shift of how Mumbai manages urban waste. Like in out of all the states of out of all the states or the cities of India, Mumbai is one of the state where you can see a high amount of waste generation, because it is a, you can say it is a city, like a city, more a very high city, where it's 18 to 25 steps ahead of entire country. So yeah, and Mumbai in a day generates a loads of ton. So yeah, so the now the focus has turned into simple disposable to creating a circular waste economy where resources are recovered, reused, and recycled effectively. So what is circular economy? First, when the product is came out, and every single part of it is being recycled, and every single thing is moves in circle back. It's never like, oh, the thing, if we want, if this roller, if you took this and it is not going in landfill, instead of landfill, it, this part can be used, this part can be used. That's giving a life to a new object. Like, life is never ending, just like aluminum foils. N number of times you can recycle it, n number of times without degrading its quality, like that. So yeah, these rules would be applied from today, that is 1st April 2026. The key rules changes in 2026 is four-way segregation, data monitoring, extended producer responsibility, and net zero approach. Huh. In four-way segregation, there is wet waste, in which your kitchen waste mainly comes. Dry waste, it would be paper, it would be cardboard, etc. stuff, your delivery boxes. Clean. Third is your sanitary waste, in which your period pads can come, diapers can come, etc. stuff. Fourth is special waste, where which things you can't recycle, which you can't recycle, right? Yeah. Next, let's move on to next chapter, that is bulk waste generators, BWG, which is extended responsibility towards especially like if a society is a bulk waste generator, if that society generates more than if that building society area is more than 2000 square meter, or it is generating 100 kg waste per day, then it automatically goes into bulk waste generator. Government, BMC or KDMC will not pick up that waste. That society is responsible to take care of their waste on their own. So yeah, so in which, yeah, second, and so as government does not take, what they do is they hire companies which take care of their waste, from segregation you might say, to help educating the society members, and then making sure that end goal is there achieved. And these companies, which is private companies, give certificates to, the certificate is called EBWGR certificate, which is given to by these private companies. It is given to the companies or the buildings which have done. The more details haven't came regarding this certificate yet, but yeah. And the annual returns should be of this all the waste generation, how they manage it. It should be filed on the portal by June 30 every year. So yeah, what is the bulk generator requirements? Generate what quantities come under? Generates 100 kg or more waste per day. Built up area exceeds 2000 square meter. Includes housing societies or corporate facilities. In which in Mumbai the Godrej can become, or Lodha can become, or Hinandandani estate. This society, big societies like this, which they have to take care of them there. Like for example, before getting a OC for a building, they usually they have to submit documents and clarification of whether that society can take care of their waste on their own. If they can convert their waste, dry wet waste into compost, then only they are allowed to, then only the government gives them the OC. So yeah, so what are the qualification regarding the BWG? On-site waste processing is now strongly mandated for all bulk waste generators. This includes installing composters, organic waste converters within your premises. BWG must also maintain detailed waste generation records, ensure proper segregation at source, and submit quarterly compliance reports to BMC authorities. Yeah. What we must do now is, there are 4 category segregation to set up to the dedicated bins, which is wet, dry, sanitary and special waste all across floors and common area, which can be done in buildings or your corporate houses and stuff. Second is maintain accurate records, how much waste is generated, by not just how much dry waste is generated or how much wet waste is. In dry waste also there comes a type. For example, there is metal, there is paper, there is steel, so many types which can be separate out. And also you should look forward how can you reduce that waste, how can you educate the people around you to reduce their waste, and also invest in the invest into the things which will eventually reduce their waste. For example, instead of buying 10 plastic bottles in a day, you can own a steel bottle. It's steel is cheap in India, especially you can afford steel. If you can afford 10 bottles, plastic bottles, then yeah, maintaining daily logs about how much you waste is generating, at what months the waste is more likely to generate. Like especially in summers, there is a high chance that there would be a high amount of wet waste, because people consume loads of fruits, watermelons, mango, which generate a heavy wet waste. So yeah, eventually you have to see what is the trend in your building or your society. Then prepare for certification, organize documentation for the annual compliance audits and BMC certification process. Fourth is avoid penalties. Organize documentation for annual compliance audits and PMC certification processes. So yeah, let's talk about the four streams where it comes. What's four streams of waste you should get? In green color, in green color dustbin, you should have biodegradable waste, which can be turned into compost, vermicompost, and so on. Which should be containing wet waste, fruit, vegetable, meat or non-veg, which is meat or fish waste, flower waste, garden trimming, or the flowers that we use for, especially in India. We are used to have, especially in India, Hindus are used to offer flowers and many things. You can also, instead of throwing them into river, you should convert them into compost. Second stream is dry waste, which includes plastic, paper, metal, glass, rubber, non-recyclable, high calorific waste, which is recyclable and combustible, and which we have power to convert them into better things. Third is sanitary waste, which is comes in the category of hazardous waste, which is this hazardous waste is supposed to give to the handler. You, in my opinion, you shouldn't take care of it because it is hazardous. You never know what kind of radiations would be coming out from that. In sanitary waste, it includes of tampons, condoms, sanitary napkins. It must be secure, and before disposing, by giving it to the handler, you should properly cover it, because if it is harmful to you, it is harmful to other people too. We should have a bit empathy and bit civic sense about how our actions will dictate others' lives. So yeah. Fourth is special care, which includes of domestic hazardous waste, which is discarded paint, pesticide cans, CFC bulbs, expired medicines, batteries, thermometers. These are the things which are not in your hand to recycle or something like that shit. But yeah, there are many companies which help you doing this thing very easily. Eventually, nowadays, companies do hire people or other companies where they look forward to the what things they can do to reduce waste, and education is another next important thing which you should look forward to. That's it for today. Thank you. I hope you have got the idea. If you have any doubts regarding solid waste management and new rules in 2026, feel free to comment, and feel free, and please have some empathy about how big impact we are having by our actions on the. Don't do excessive shopping or stuff just because you want that stuff. Be conscious about your choice, and please have a better choice for your world. Thank you.